Hey guys, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I am going to review for you a movie I just watched, Vacation. M is for Mary. I'm just kidding. So, I saw this one in theaters. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I don't really understand the negativity towards this movie. I watched it again today with my wife. It was her first time seeing it, and we both just really loved it. I'm a big fan of the original. Vacation's one of my favorite movies ever made, and I was questioning, if a new one, without Chevy Chase, if it could really be good. I was skeptical. But I do think Ed Helms is okay. I've never been a huge fan. He was great in The Office, and I think a lot of his movies he's done have not been the greatest. He was hilarious in The Hangover, but other than that, I really didn't think he had the ability to be the leading man and to pull it off. So I didn't go into this thinking this movie was going to be the greatest thing ever and that I was going to love it. But I was pleasantly surprised. So, this movie is rated R, has a 99-minute runtime, and is obviously a comedy. And it stars Ed Helms, Christina Applegate, Skyler, Gisondo, Steele, Stebbins, and has cameos by Chris Hemsworth, Leslie Mann, Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Charlie Day, Ron Livingston, Keegan-Michael, Regina Hall. I'm sure there's a couple more cameos I'm missing. It seemed like a lot of people really wanted to get in on this. It was funny because it had Charlie, and I don't know what her real name is, but it had Dee from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I was like, oh, they should have just had everybody. That would have been funny. And my wife was like, it would have been even funnier if they had cameos from people from The Office. I think that would have been a great idea, actually. Get some of those cameos in there. Michael Pena was in it a lot of these cameos are really short, so it's definitely not worth watching for them, but I think all the cameos were good, they were funny, and they really added to the overall feel of the movie. So this movie is slightly different, in the original Vacation, they are going on their yearly family trip, their yearly vacation, and they're going to Wally World, and everybody's excited. And it's been 30 years, I don't know exactly, 30 years or whatever, since the original came out. And things have changed a lot, and Rusty wants to go to his yearly vacation spot, a cabin in Michigan, I think it was, or was it Michigan? I can't remember. And his family really doesn't want any part of it. He's got his wife, Christina Applegate, and two sons. And the younger son, always picks on the older son, and the older son is, really weird. He has, six... not weird. He's different, okay? He's got, 6 journals, and he's always like, oh, this is America's heartland, or, I can't even reproduce what he says. But, and then the son is, really foul-mouthed, and kind of like the kids from Talladega Nights type of feel. And Christina Applegate's kind of depressed, and she feels like their marriage is falling apart. So he realizes this, and I didn't realize it the first time I saw it. He's looking through family photos. They have a photo every year at the cabin, and Christina Applegate, the first year she's like this, and then slowly, she goes from being happy to almost crying. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna relive the magic of my family trip to Wally World. So he goes out and he rents his family a Tartan Prancer, the Honda of Yugoslavia, or whatever he said. It's what does that even mean? So they get this car, and of course, in the original Vacation, the Wagon Queen family truckster was a huge part of the movie. It was pretty much its own character, and I feel like they did a really good job of recreating that magic without exactly copying it with the Wagon Queen, or the Tartan Prancer. The funny thing is, you might not notice right away, and I'll just throw this out there. When you look at the Tartan Prancer, it's actually two front ends. The back has a different slope on the window, but the fronts are exactly the same. So every time, and they kind of played on this. It was obviously intentional. Every time they show them driving away, it almost looks like they're just driving backwards. So they go on this trip to California, and of course everything goes wrong along the way. And my second time viewing, I kind of realized they did some of the same things, where in the original they went to Aunt Edna, or no, they went to, not Aunt Edna, they picked up Aunt Edna, but they went to Cousin Eddie's and they ate there. Well, in this one they go to Audrey's and they eat there, spend the night there. You know, they went to the Grand Canyon in the original, they go to the Grand Canyon in this one, and obviously go to Wally World. Everything was wrong along the way. So they did kind of follow a similar plan and a path, but everything happens along the way is totally different. And I found this movie to just be super enjoyable. I really liked all the characters, and you know, they kind of develop along the way, and they all have conflicts, and you know, they're really fun, they're really funny. And this movie's hilarious. I laughed in the theater non-stop, and on my second watching I laughed almost as much. Not as much, obviously, you lose a little bit, but almost as much. I thought everybody did a really good job in this. Even Chevy Chase, is one of my favorite comedic actors of all time. You know, his small part in this, he was still pretty good. He did do like a little physical comedy thing, and it felt a little forced and unnecessary. A lot of times when I watch movies, though, you know, I start picking them apart. You know, I'm like, what? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? That doesn't make sense. And even the second time watching this, I only had one complaint, and that was when they're like are on the freeway or whatever road they're on, and they're like stop sideways, and the semi like slams on his brakes and jackknifes, and he could have just drove right by him. You know, he didn't really have to do all that. And a small complaint. There's no post-credit scene in this, if you guys are curious. I waited in theaters. I was like, they're going to have a post-credit scene. They didn't. They do have pictures and stuff at the end that are worth waiting for, but that's before the credits. I did watch the deleted scenes. There's actually one, they don't call it's an alternate scene. They don't call it that, I don't think. I just went to play all, but it's just under deleted scenes. Deleted scenes were all pretty good. It's definitely worth checking those out. They're pretty funny. So overall, if you guys haven't figured out, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it was really funny. I think it's the funniest movie this year. I mean, what does it have for competition? Horrible Bosses 2? It's pretty good, but I like this one more. It's a hilarious movie. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, you should do yourself a favor and check it out. At least rent it. Come on, rent it at least. It's definitely worth a purchase. I'm hoping it'll go down to $20 soon, because right, that $23 on release date's a little high. But if you guys have seen this, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. I don't think I've had anybody comment to me that they've seen it yet. Everyone else is just like, oh yeah, I want to see this. Or, oh, I heard this movie's terrible. I don't know why people are saying it's terrible. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. If you're interested, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and follow on Instagram.